What's going on, guys? This is one of my new tools, might be one of my favorite tools in a long time. This will really speed my process up significantly. I purchased this Northwood flap and drum sander, and it is what it is. The flap sander rotates and has these little fingers with a brush, and it allows me to sand the edges and sides of a guitar body relatively quickly. This side is loaded with 180 grit. I purchased a new head from Sand-Rite, based out of, I think, Bangor, Michigan. And this is outstanding. I have had one of these tools before. I had the Grizzly bench mounted one, and the fingers on that tool were terrible. Was really disappointed in that tool. As soon as you started using it, the brushes fell apart and the sandpaper wore out too quickly. But as I've used this one a couple of times, it's really nice. On this end, I have a pneumatic drum. This is a 2" by 8. This is a 4" by 9. It allows you to clean up the sides as well, a little bit more aggressive. But it also is great for carving necks. I've purchased all the different hand tools to do this, and having this tool is just an amazing speeder upper, if you can call that a word. This is a 3/4 horsepower motor from Balder. I don't really know the age of this machine. I got it off of eBay. A guy from Indianapolis was selling it. And essentially, it's just a pulley system off the motor turning the belt. And it's got different pulleys in here to increase or decrease the speed. There is an optimal speed so that you're actually sanding versus polishing. I think the Grizzly was too fast, so you actually ended up with a polish. But this one I can crank down, and it's really nice. It's relatively quiet, but it does create a lot of dust. So in my shop, I have about 4 fans that are pushing air out. So as I'm using this in this video here, you can see all the dust going out. It's not too heavy of a tool, but it is very solid. It is, I think, 1/4" steel along the bottom. And then I think this is 3/16 on the top. This thing isn't going anywhere. I probably could put this on some rubber casters or something along those lines, but I've kind of laid out my shop perfectly. I do have a flathead sander that I bought from a company in Canada. I think I paid $400 for that. I have it running 120. Like I said, this is 180 grit. I bought some extra 180 grit. I think after using this and cleaning up with newer router bits, I should probably only need the 180. I have thought about putting a 220 head here right next to it. I've got just enough room, and you're not really going side to side, so I may add the 220 grit on this. Just depends. I'm going to use it for a while. I'm going to create a couple searches on eBay and see where this goes. But changing the heads are relatively easy. I've just got a pair of vice grips with a big wrench, change it out, and that's relatively quick. So we'll give you a demo of this tool now. So then here's a close-up. Essentially, it's like a paintbrush with then sandpaper fingers sticking out, and you can see how flexible this is, and it allows you to do some great contour sanding. I didn't edit the audio here. This is at full volume. You can hear the tool. It's relatively quiet. We'll do some slow-mo here, and you can see as it's spinning, the brush is holding the paper, I'm pushing it in, and you want to sort of hit all of the brushes back and forth. That's why you can see me sort of move the body through the brushes just slightly. I'm not staying in one spot, but just playing around with some video techniques here. So again, this is my new favorite tool, Northwood's 3/4 horsepower. I put a new cord on it, have a new switch that I replaced. I don't know why it's called Northwood if it's made out of Louisville. When I think of Northwoods, I think of Wisconsin. One of my favorite new tools. We will run this for a while and see how it works, but you'll start seeing this in all of my upcoming videos. So thanks for watching. We will see you in the next one.